We are settled here as the leadership of the farmers who deliver milk to new KCC nationally. And the person who is talking is the national chairman of all the farmers who deliver milk to new KCC. And my name is Muchemi Nderitu. We have leaders from all the stations that deliver milk to new KCC. We have the chairmanship from Moro, chairmanship from Kagema, chairmanship from Lavin, from Lunyenjes, Sotik, Ainapokoi, Ndadora, Kiganjo, Githumu, Nanyuki, Naivasha, Lunyenjes, Kiganjo, Nakuru, and Nanyuki. We would like to state that it has come to the general knowledge to the farmers that KCC is out for grabs. It's going to be privatized. It will be privatized. We would like to reiterate that we as farmers who deliver milk to new KCC, we would like that one to happen. We have a history of when the old KCC died. And when the old president came, when our late president came, Honorable, His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, he revived the new KCC. And when he revived the new KCC, by that time, milk was being bought at 7 shillings per litre. Farmers were getting, minus transport, was getting a minimum of 4 shillings. When KCC was revived, milk prices shot to 16 shillings per litre. And from that time, the prices of milk has continued to grow year after year, to the extent that last year, when there was the glut, milk had gone up to the price of 50 shillings. We as farmers who represent new KCC, we would like to categorically say that new KCC should not be privatized. KCC has been playing a very important role, especially during the time of glut. It is the one that acts as a regulator on the prices when all the other processors are running away from the farmers. So that is where the government normally channels the money to buy the excess milk from the farmers. Even for the farmers who normally deliver to other processors. The other thing that is there is that KCC has been a farmer's entity from the word go. And KCC has a lot of assets. And we know for sure there are some people who are already eyeing those assets. KCC has land, has buildings. For example, they have 50 acres in Nairobi. The 50 acres of land in Nairobi. They have 1,000 acres in Naivasha. They have buildings in Kampala, Uganda. They have buildings in Mombasa. They have buildings in Nairobi. They have buildings in Nakuru and the rest of the country. And there is no way we can accept that all that sweat that was from our fathers go to a few individuals in the country. And we would like to put it very categorically that KCC is the only entity that caters for the marginalized communities. If you go to Masairat, that is where we have coolers that has been put by new KCC to collect the milk. If you look at the small-scale farmer, all the other processors, they go to the big farmers. But KCC is the only organization that caters for the small-scale farmer. So we would like to say that killing KCC is killing the dairy industry in Kenya. And what our late president, our late president, Mwai Kibaki did, we would not like it to be undone. We would also like to put it very, very clearly that we have even heard that there will be taxation on keeping animals. That is something that we shall be attending to. There is a bill that is coming up. We shall be attending to much later, so that at least we prevent the interests of the farmers in Kenya.
Kagema, and I'm here because of new KCC, which is said to be privatized. The reason why the KCC farmers would refuse that one to be done is because it is the only processor which takes milk for camels, and it is also taking milk from the small farmers. And the small farmers, they are the ones who bring to new KCC half a kilo, half a liter, 2 liters, and the other processors would not take that one. So we are categorically denying the sale of the new KCC. And the other thing that has been also said, we have our parents who died, and they bought those assets which are with the new KCC. Why should the government, being the protector of the farmers, be the one to sell new KCC, and yet it does not take care of that small farmer? It is supposed to be the one who can regulate the new KCC properly, and not taking the assets, not taking the new KCC from its children, who are the children who were left by their fathers. We don't have a protector if it is the government that is doing that. We need a government that would protect new KCC so that we are able to stand as children of the farmers who acquired those assets which are within the new KCC. Thank you.
I'm Pushati. I come from Kajiado as a farmer of new KCC. As we heard about privatization of new KCC, we were really shocked as women from Kajiado, because before KCC came in, we used to hawk with our milk. You go the whole day carrying milk. At the end of the day, you sell at 5 shillings per liter. So I really support my colleagues by denying what the government is planning for selling new KCC. We as women from Kajiado and our youth, we have really benefited through KCC. Even other competitors came to Kajiado after KCC have laid the ground. That was when they came and supported us to take some few milk. But from the word go, we went to other processors. They told us that Maasai don't have milk, but KCC accepted to take milk from us, even if we are from marginalized area. So we really support, or we really don't agree with the government for what is planning, because they are the ones to come and protect us. During the time of modernization, we were really pleased that even if we get more milk, there is where we are going to sell. But now we are wondering and worried, where are we heading if it is the government that is planning to sell what belongs to farmers? Thank you.
Naitwa David Koske kutoka maeneo ya North Rift. Nataka niseme kwamba KCC now is fully modernized. This is a time whereby the farmers can start reaping. So when we heard about the privatization of new KCC, we were very much shocked. as leaders from North Rift, we are really denying the sale of new KCC because this brings millions of households directly and indirect. We are requesting government to protect all the properties of new KCC across the country because these are the things that belongs to the farmers. And we are saying it because since our grandfathers, this is the industry that has seen farmers educate their children, has seen that people benefit more from new KCC. So we are requesting the government of Kenya to please see how you can assist farmers so that this brings happiness to all farmers across the country. Thank you very much.
I think the issue of profitability in new KCC is null and void. Why are we saying that? KCC is supposed to cater for the small-scale farmer. And their main duty is to buy milk and sell the same commodity so that the farmers can live. To us, as farmers, KCC is the only corporation under the government's hands that buys milk and sells, and it maintains its staff without going to the exchequer. So, according to us, KCC is not a loss-making body. All it requires is to be managed and properly utilized, and that's why the government pumped a lot of money to do modernization so that nothing will get lost in terms of milk intake. And the aim by that time, through that modernization, was that KCC should be the outlet of the Kenyan milk to the outside world. In other words, all that is being collected through KCC should be marketed through outside the country. That's our take.
Thank you. My name is Anwa Shira from Nakuru. Just to add on to that, KCC is a buyer of last resort. What it means that when Mwai Kibaki revitalized KCC, his dream was that no Kenyan farmer should pour any milk. So when we talk about a buyer of last resort, it's really not about profitability. Even if we break even, that should be good enough because no Kenyan farmer has poured any milk. So when Kibaki brought back new KCC, that was the dream. When the last government also really bought a lot of equipment and revitalized new KCC, again, that was still the dream. And as we speak right now, we are going through a glut. And what new KCC is doing, it is absorbing milk even from other farmers who are providing their milk to other processors. So we are saying, if we remove new KCC, which is the regulator, which is the buyer of last resort, even you can walk into new KCC right now and pour your milk. Nobody will say, no, you're not a member, you're not. It belongs to government. So anybody has a right. So if we take this away from the citizens, what is going to happen? We are going to have another issue like the other time when we had milk being poured in Nyandarua. So that is the point. And we cannot privatize everything. I think about 2 weeks ago we were told about 2 million Kenyans are dependent on new KCC. We control 7% of the GDP of this country. So when you remove new KCC from the picture, what is going to happen? Okay, we have youngsters that are dependent on new KCC. We have been collecting milk from tipis all the way to Narok. There are a lot of young men who transport milk from the interior to bring to the coolers. What is going to happen to these young men? And like our lady from Kajiado said, the milk prices down there were very bad until new KCC came in. So we are regulating the industry. We might not be appreciated, but we are regulating the industry. Immediately we are pulled out of the industry, then we can tell you for sure, like our former chairman, Mr. Matu Amai, used to tell us, the milk industry in this country will collapse. That is for sure. So we are just simply saying that this is not up for negotiation. KCC must and will not be privatized. Thank you.
No privatization to new KCC. No privatization to new KCC. No privatization.